What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Let's talk about some human design tonight. That's what I feel like talking about. I want to have a human design conversation with those who know nothing about it, those who keep hearing about it, those who've been studying it. Let's talk about human design for a second. What up, Tiki? What up, Interior Travel Designs? Peace to the family. Please share this video if you're on Facebook or on Instagram or YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have a human design chart, whether you have one already drawn out or whether you have it on paper, go get it so we can talk about it. We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow in their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thoughts, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. Abdul Kul Tafalatat. Wabazon Gamafaragun Shalil Kulun. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. And I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. So, Team Gemini's in the building. What's happening, Karen? I forgot that, like, nowadays, how Facebook and Instagram is, they want you got to send your own invites. They not just letting anybody just pop up. If you are familiar with human design, please let me know, like, to what level. Like, what year did you start? And then where do you think you're at right now on a scale of 0 to 10? 10 is like, you're like a Super Saiyan Jedi Master with human design. And 0 to 1 is like, what are you talking about? Well, I just heard about it, but I don't know. If you've at least pulled your chart up and know how to pull your chart up, then I would say you could at least give yourself like a 1.5 or a 2. But a lot of people get there and it gets kind of difficult and they don't know anything after that. All right? Okay. And I know a couple of people who would probably say they're at a 6 or something, and I probably would put them at an 8 or something like that. All righty. That's enough of that right there. What up, Tanya? Team Leo is in the building. Kendra, Cosmic Queen, what's up, babes? Tonight I'm just having a small conversation about human design. And if you already have your chart, just go get it. And, drop it like it's hot. You don't have to show it to me, but just get it in front of you. And let me know what your, what is your background up to this point with human design. Are you just like, and how did you find it? So I'm gonna tell my story about how I got into human design, and then I got something I want to say to help people study it who are interested. All right. Okay. Team Capricorn, I see you, Kendra Sky. What up, Antoinette? Andrea's in the building. So, human design has let me know that the mind is the enemy. All right. So this will probably go over a lot of folks' head, especially if you are just getting on it, just getting up on human design. What up, Jolie? But if you're not, it's okay. You'll understand and you'll get it later. So human design is like the combination of astrology, the I Ching, Kabbalah, and the chakra system. But instead of having 7 chakras, they have 9 chakras. All right. And the system is this is like a skeleton graph of what a human design chart looks like. So for those of you who are a little further down the line, my whole conversation will probably be about study you first, okay? And this really is a class probably talking about how to study. What up, Ashaki, Oma Kunle Ali. If you got a nickname for me, I will call you that. What's up, Jalissa? So when you start to, first off, please identify yourself. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia, emotional, manifesting generator. But you ain't got to do all that if you don't know. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I think I'm headed back to North Carolina for a couple of days. If y'all in the borough, holla at your boy or not. So how to study. But I mean, like, this is a conversation about what is human design and how to study it. Because I had the human design information and was exposed to it in 2010. But everybody who was explaining it to me was going so fast. It was going so fast. You're a 6'2". You're this. You're that. You're this. You're that. They didn't know how to teach. And most people today who are studying human design still don't know how to teach. It's much like astrology. People are studying astrology and then they kind of like go and let people know that they're studying it, but they don't know how to teach it. But they got all excited. They got a good reading. And then they was like, yo, I need this in my life. Let me start studying. And then, what up, Miss Chandler? And they didn't continue studying themselves. If this is a subject that interests you, please invite 2 people or share this on your Facebook page. What up, Sean? How you feeling, Lord? And if you got questions about human design, you can come on at any time and just be like, yo, I got a question. Let me in. Press 5. That means you're raising your hand. And I'll bring you on the screen and we can have a conversation. Right? But how to study anything is through studying yourself first. When I originally started studying astrology, I was just studying my chart. And then I added in family members. 17 years later, because Thanksgiving 2018 was my 17-year anniversary of studying astrology. It's the same way. The more charts you have or more birthdays you have, you will be able to learn human design faster. But the charts that you need to study are people you've had sex with, family members, children, business partners, long-term friends. Do not try to strike out and let me just go try to make a business of this. Because that is what a lot of people did who had human design in the first place. And yes, they were white nerdy people, white European nerdy people. Like, you probably can't find 5 videos with black people talking about human design on all of the internet and YouTube. But it's not like trying to be dominated by white people. I don't really think that there's racism, but they had a white teacher. He was around the communications industry. He was in Ibiza, and he was from Canada, and he was around a lot of white people that had money, and he wanted to preserve it so they wouldn't have some of the drama that they have going on with astrology. Is Vedic right? Is tropical right? Is it 13 signs? Yeah. So they were very explicit in trying to preserve it in the original way that it came down, so it wouldn't be a whole bunch of dang division. Hasina's in the building. What's up, baby? Angel Lit. What's happening? Tonight we're talking about human design. All right? But we're really talking about how to study. So, my big thing about human design is there's a system of human design, and then there's a martial art side of human design. The system side Okay, I got to go back into conspiracy theory first. That's what I should have wrote. I should have called it conspiracy theory and human design. So I definitely believe that there's a conspiracy theory going on, or conspiracy going on in the world to keep people asleep. Don't wake up. Let us use your power to continue propagating darkness, right? And so these things come down from the creator onto the planet, given through single people, and their mission is they got to get it out to a tribe, and then it goes out, and then jokers start growing, right? Cindy, you're a projector too? I'm gonna get to me and projectors in a minute. What up, Gabrielle? However, when the system gets down to the planet, I think that the people or the what do I call the sinister knows that he can't stop astrology. He knows he can't stop human design, but he knows he can put things in place that'll get you jacked up while you trying to study. So a lot of people only want to learn the system where they can talk about astrology, but they're not living it in their life. They're not flowing with it. And I'm very grateful to Sunyata Saraswati, because when he taught me Tai Chi, he said, find a way to practice this 24 hours a day in your life. Queen of Kings, I see you. What's up, Mom? And I started saying, with anything that I love or is worth doing, I should be able to practice that in my life 24 hours a day. I really appreciate breathing. I had asthma when I was coming up, so that's one inhale for me. That's one exhale. So when I go to the doctor, I go somewhere and they say, "Hey, what up, Miles?" They say, "Take a deep inhale." I just don't go. That's not a deep inhale. That's not even real breathing, as a matter of fact. So I said, yo, I want to practice astrology 24 hours a day. I want to practice human design 24 hours a day. I want to practice Tai Chi every day. I want to practice Tantra every day. That's why. So for me, Tantra is a lifestyle. Martial arts is a lifestyle. Astrology is a lifestyle. And now human design, I'm incorporating that as a part of my lifestyle, not just a system. So I'm not trying to learn every damn gate, right? When you go and start dealing with people, you'll start to learn other gates. But you should learn your stuff first. Like, first, what's the red and the black? Why is some stuff red and some stuff black? And people talking about they manifestors and generators and team projectors, or they 6-2s, but they can't tell me what the red and the black is. Do you know why there's two colors in human design? And one of the things that I'm salty about in human design, just like astrology, is the people who got it. They're mostly white people. But then now that some brothers and sisters are getting up on human design, they so much in a rush to sometimes maybe like impress you, or maybe they didn't have no friends before, and now they're saying, oh, I got to go fast, I got to go. But you're not teaching the basics. Or it's all about $1. It's all about 50 cents. I got to have $1. Salam alaikum, the house of wisdom and light. Peace, peace, salam. Oh, or is that salama? I don't know, because you got about 5 Instagram joints. Canoe, what up, Lord? And so I want to talk about human design for like my peoples in the way that I talk about it, from high level to eye level, because I don't mind studying some things at high level, but can you hurry up and bring it down here to where I can digest and have some conversations about it? Okay? Where should we learn about human design? This is a great question. They, the white people who run it right now, and I have to say the white people that run it, because they have a way that they do things that I'm cool with and that I'm irritated with. They want you to go to jovianarchive.com and I guess pay for a reading or something like that. But I would go to YouTube and I would find, matter of fact, I can't tell you where to go start. Me, I can only tell you that I'm a great reference, because it was very confusing to me. and I compile some playlists that I think are the things in order. So I have like 5 or 6 people who I mess with on YouTube, but they're not in order. And Jovian is really not in order. The website is like super kind of show offish. It's just like we just want to show you. It's not functional though. It's not functional to like take you in progressive steps on how to start learning it. But where you should start is go somewhere and get your chart. Okay? Miss Sharon Shaw, what's up with you? Go somewhere. I think it's very interesting the people that pop into the room when I'm talking about different subjects. And so I'm like, how many of you who are listening now, I asked earlier on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, what is your background with human design? Where would you grade yourself? Like where you are right now? Like me, I'd probably say I'm a 5, man. Because I learned quick and I learned through real live practice. What up, King? I said, yeah, but it does explain. If you go to the Jovian archive, you got to go to the free audio. You got to go to resources, then go to media, then go to audio and listen to the audio first. Don't start with the videos. That's if you're going through the Jovian site. They don't want to teach us what they want to make people dependent on them for interpretation. Peace. You know what? I want to say something. Human design is like Ifa or Yoruba. The people in it. The people in human design, the white people, they're just like the black people in Ifa or Yoruba. You ever got a reading from somebody in Ifa or Yoruba, or they told you that you need to get a reading? 2 things are always going to happen. They're going to end up telling you you need a cleanse, and they're going to end up telling you you got to get initiated all the way into Ifa. You can't just get no reading. You got to get a cleansing, and then you got to get initiated every time. Everybody's dirty. Why can't you just give me a consultation? If the consultation is fire, it was a lot of people don't even know I have a course that teaches astrology. I just give them a consultation, then they'd be like, I want to learn it. Then I tell them I got a course. But inside of the course, like inside of damn near all the Ifa and Yoruba and all those cats, they will give you a reading, and then they're going to tell you you need to get an initiation. So the reading go from $50 to $1,400, $65 to $2,000. Oh, and you got to go to Nigeria too. If you don't go to Nigeria and get with a real Babalao, then you really, and it's like all the Babalaos who initiated somebody, y'all my pimps. Go out there and get somebody. So if y'all bring me $1,600, I give you $500, and I keep $1,100 for myself. I keep $1,100 for myself. I'm really tired of that. So you're going to have to find us rebels like myself who are living it in their life. I'm very fortunate that the person who I study with the most, what up, Crystal Rose, 1230, he lives it. You know what I'm saying? He's been studying it way longer than me. Like, he put me up on the game 8 years ago, but I didn't do my due diligence because even him, he wasn't explaining it the way I wanted to. He was going too fast. But he could read me, though. He was telling me all these things about me and how I was. And I was like, damn, this not, it ain't astrology. It's a mix of all of it. And you doing all this reading. So that's kind of like my background story. But I want to tell you how to study human design, where to start. Okay? When you get it and you finally, get your chart, and you've done some research yourself, start with knowing one thing. It ain't about, yes, it's 4 aura types: the projector, the reflector, the generator, and the manifester. And there is a manifesting generator, but that's still a generator. So it's still only 4 aura types. The number one thing you have to remember is, and please write this down, the mind is your enemy. The mind is your enemy. I really love human design because it shows me how much I've been messing up by letting my mind participate in all my decision making. Critical thinking, what people say, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. That's my G. Just, all the conflict resolution, all of these things that promote thinking. All the movies, somebody get in your face and be like, what are you thinking about? Do you have to have a lot of knowledge before doing your chart? No, because I've been studying astrology for 17 years now, and I'm still studying the same chart. I did not have a lot of knowledge when I started. So that was a very good question. Interior Travel Design said, do you have to have a lot of knowledge in order before you start doing your chart? No, you do not. You don't have to have any knowledge. You can just go type in free human design chart. And even when somebody sends you the chart, just start reading what they send you. They're going to give you like some basic interpretations. Just read everything on the page and start dissecting and Googling things on the page. But what they're never going to tell you when you've on no piece of paper is the mind is the enemy. The mind has been on some tomfoolery. What up, Daphne? The mind has been on some real tomfoolery your whole life. And the sinister, that's why I go back to the conspiracy theory. The sinister doesn't care what new system you start learning. They know your mind is gonna mess it up. But your mind is only here for the ride. Can I get somebody to type hashtag for the ride? Your mind is only here for the ride. Your mind is only here to observe and sometimes give you some wisdom. If we can get into observing, this is in everything. But human design really showed me that if I can observe more, talk less, initiate less, human design is far more superior than law of attraction. I said it. Law of attraction sits in the way in the back seat. If you really want law of attraction to really work, you get out of your head. Get out of your head. Quit talking about I attract what I am and all this other type of stuff. It's foolery because I know I used to say that. I know how I used to sound, and I know why I used to say it, but I know now I was not correct. I was going off what I had. And I always tell people, live it, but get out of your own way. Daphne, if you need some help, let me know. The not self ain't no joke. That's what Gabrielle says. I've been researching human design all week. That's cool, but there's a system and then there's an art, and there's two different things. The system and the art are totally different. The system is learning what the energy centers are and what the mechanics are. Okay? The Trish is in the building. What up, babe? The system is saying everything I explained before. There are 4 aura types. There are 9 energy centers. There are 64 gates. There are the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. That's the system. There are 12 different profiles. This profile does this, and this profile does that, and this profile does that. It shouldn't be doing, all things should matter is what your profile is and what your profile does for you. What your profile does for you. What's up, Miss Rowe? What does your profile do for you? And if you're not living that, that's the same thing about astrology. How does it free you? I need my mind to be free and not have so much pressure on it. But my mind has a lot of pressure on it to try to have all the answers and figure things out and all of that. I would say that after you learn that the mind is the enemy and you're just along for the ride, that's number 1. Number 2 is, what is your aura type and what's the strategy? Okay? Then number 3, what is these colors, red and black? Why are they red and black? And you should get a dry erase board and draw your design out sooner than later. Stop like just trying to do things and just look at the paper. Draw your design out. Draw out your design so your mind will be investigating why you're so serious about it. Because if you are serious enough to sit down and write something down, then your mind will be like, oh, he's serious about this. You see what I'm saying? What up, Team Capricorn in Birmingham? Peace, Tiffany. So if you get that first, but then what helped me was the 7-day experiment of I had to, because see, the mind has always been in control since you was a child, and all of your teachers taught you and conditioned and showed you by example to let the mind be in control. And most women, y'all are a perfect example for human design, because the anxiety comes from the head, not the body. The anxiety comes from the thoughts, whether you got kids or no kids, or physical abuse, or abusive relationship, or non-supportive relationship, or parents that abandon you. Women, y'all the greatest example, because you keep all this stuff in the head and then drive it right down to the womb, where you should tell the head to shut up, just experience what you're going through, and then let the body maneuver. Like the body has its own natural mechanisms, like white blood cells. White blood cells don't need any programming, and they don't operate through logic. If you cut somebody and there's a wound, white blood cells go and know what to do automatically. When you inhale, you don't tell the chambers of the heart to open and close and all that. They do it automatically. Your body, no, you don't have to listen to nobody. You don't have to, there's no listening. It's following. It's following, right? These points can be found on your YouTube videos. There's tons of folks who have human design videos on YouTube that will explain. All you gotta do is just type in projector human design, generator human design, manifesting generator human design, manifestor human design, reflector human design, 9 energy centers human design, gate 8 human design, gate 12 human design, gate 45 human design, gate channel, the channel 3041 human design. You won't have no shortages of where to go. But before you get into that, I'm just trying to tell you the mental state that you need to be in. It's just like taking a test. I'm trying to get your head to be in a certain place before you even start messing with human design, yo. Because, or you could mess with it for 6 or 7 years and not understand it like I did. It's okay, because I wanted to learn the system versus somebody showing me how do I implement it in my life. So now when I do my consultations now, the astrology consultations, guess what? I already have human design integrated into the session. I already have human design integrated into the session. That's why I got to stop calling it Coach K Astrology, because it's more than that now. It's Coach K Astrology, Coach K Human Design, Coach K Cards, Coach K I Ching, Coach K Intuition. I just got to call it a Coach K session. It's a Coach K session. I don't know exactly what you need when you come to me, but I know that you're looking for some clarity, and I can help you. But you have a variety of tools to help. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and the videos are so long-winded. Golly, they are very long-winded, and I just be like, some of them I can rock with. I got 1 or 2 that's an hour long that I stick with, for sure. What up, Team Aquarius in Baton Rouge? How you doing, Legato? I need to tell my white girl mind to shut up. All of you need to tell your white girl mind. Or you need to tell your Phil Valentine mind to shut up. Or your Bobby Hemmett mind to shut up. Or your Louis Farrakhan mind to shut up. Whoever the mind is, whether they black or white, tell them to shut up. I ain't going to say everybody got a white girl mind, because that means that a black girl mind will be quiet and not asking a bunch of questions either. No. If you let the mind get out of the way and you just start getting into your particular gates, then you'll be that much better. Now, I'm going to describe next. What up, Monique? I'm going to describe next open and closed. Okay, that's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to just do the centers. Okay, who has questions first? If you got a question about something, come on here. Don't just type the question. You can type the question, but if you got a question, press 5 and I'll bring you on the camera, and then we can get into it right now. And that's the best way. Let's just do a Q&A about what you have. That's what they don't have on YouTube. They do not have Q&As with live dialogue. They just get up there and they're talking heads. Let somebody shoot you a question, and then we can learn better through our dialogue, right? Or through our direction, because I may direct you where to go and where to find it. That's the best way I can help you. So if you have a question or you're stuck, ask me the question. Nayunya Michelle, thank you for the synchronicity. You're resonating beautifully. Because I'm in my design already. I realized, especially, I was looking for things that I was doing that were in my design, and what things that I was doing that were not in my design, and cut those out. That's why the strategy piece. So thank you, Nayunya, for what you said. Tiffany is a main example of a person who can't follow instructions. She thinks she has to know, well, she came late to class. I'm sorry, let me take that back. But Tiffany, you don't have to know anything to know human design. That's her mind saying that she doesn't know enough. Human design is not about knowing anything. Can I get everybody to type that? Human design is not about knowing anything. That's where we've been effed up at, thinking we need to know everything. Human design, you do not need to know anything to study human design. You don't need to know nothing in life to tell you the truth. You just need to be honest. That's it. You need to be honest with the programming that you have received that got you in this jacked up situation. You got you in a jacked up situation because your programming told you needed to know more. Me too. Human design is not about knowing anything or knowing more. Let's look at it. Some of you left the church. And when you was in the church, you wanted to know more Bible verse than somebody else. You wanted to be competitive. So you were in the mind. You wanted to memorize more scripture and song. Those of you who rap in the streets, you want your lyrics to be better than somebody else. So it's still competitive. You got to know your verses and your bars. Those of you who went to Islam, you want to memorize the Quran. Those of you who are Jehovah's Witnesses or Hebrew Israelites or Nawapians, you want to flaunt with the information. You want to flaunt with the information so someone will think that you're something that you really ain't yet. You see what I'm saying? Human design ain't about knowing anything. Islam was not about knowing anything. Nawapu and right knowledge was not about, even though it was called right knowledge, it still wasn't about, it was right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, sound right reason. Sound right reason. Everybody got stopped at the top. I don't know what you mean. Kinesiology. I don't know what you mean. Kinesiology, question mark. So we have this whole competitive, I'm saying the sinister has this program that we have to know stuff, or we have to know more stuff than other people. You don't have to know. You just need to react, because the whole planet is reacting. Trees react to sunshine and water. Children react to nipples being placed in their mouths or corporal punishment. Women get juicy off of reacting to what stimulates them. Sometimes they get stimulated and don't even know what is stimulating them. Crystal says, how do you suggest we turn off anxiety that is related to life in the matrix, such as bills, money, etc.? Do you just ignore those thoughts? Initially, yeah, you just ignore them. You tell your mind to shut up. You've never told your mind to shut up. You're still going to take care of the bills. I call them financial responsibilities. So what? I'm going to take care of it. The reason you so scared of a bill is because you are thinking that there's a lack. When you're moving, okay, everybody pretend you're riding on a bicycle downhill. Everybody pretend that you are on a bicycle riding downhill, not pedaling. What's the first sensation you feel? Close your eyes, visualize that you're on a bicycle rolling downhill, not pedaling. What is the first sensation that you feel? Doo-doo. What up, boss man? Tweet. What up, Stephanie? This is a question. What is the sensation that you feel when you're on the bicycle going downhill? Why are y'all out of control? Why panic? Okay, well, at least you're honest. Right. If you feel out of control because you're on a bicycle going downhill, feeling excited. How about the common stuff? You feel the breeze on your face. Whether you got brakes or not. Thank you, Nayunya. You win the prize. Wind against my face. Now, how did the wind get on your face? How did the wind get on your face? For all of you who put those other answers up, you're like, dang, you told on yourself, but that's okay. I'm not going to say none of y'all are wrong, but what you feel physically, the wind against your face. You're going downhill on a bicycle. I didn't say it was a steep hill. I didn't say how fast you were going. If you're just moving, what do you feel? The wind on your face. The wind is coming in your face, right? That's real life. Because planet Earth is moving. The planet is already moving through the galaxy with you just standing on it. See, we forgot that. So you really don't have to do nothing. The wind is going to hit your face. Opportunity is like wind. Write that down. Opportunity is like wind. Everybody type that. Opportunity is like wind. I didn't say how fast y'all were going. Y'all are creating the panic and the out of control and the heart pounding. I just said going downhill. I ain't raised my voice and was like, think about you going downhill real fast and the bicycle's just going. I didn't say all that. I just said the bicycle's going downhill. Yeah. Why would you feel frantic about going downhill on the bicycle? What if it's a slight incline? That's still a hill. I didn't say it was going straight down. What if you going like that? So like if this is the regular street and the hill is like that, isn't this down the hill? I didn't say down the hill like that. This is what I meant. This is riding on the street. That's going uphill. All that's uphill. I just meant a slight downhill. Opportunity is like the wind. Right. Opportunity. So you will always have opportunity to respond to something or react to something in life. If you got $1 billion and you still got $10,000 worth of bills or financial responsibilities coming in every month, you're just going to react to it. We want to shun away from responsibility. The anxiety is something that the sinister created by us overthinking. Yes, I would suggest EFT, not from a video, from a real person. I would suggest meditating. I would suggest some learning miracle prayers. I would suggest sunlight. A lot of y'all ain't getting enough sunlight. Do you all know the story of where human design came from? Who can tell me where human design came from? $5 on Cash App to the first person who can tell me where human design came from. What up, Jamil? $5. Now, this is $5 on Cash App for the first person to tell me where human design come from. And then I'm going to keep it going. Oh, and some of y'all are going to say the dude's name is Ra. Yeah, but where'd he get it from? No. Ra was the middleman. He told the story about where it came from. Yeah, and it's written in some places. Yeah. Where did Ra get it from? When you are studying human design, understand that the mind is the enemy, and tell the mind to be quiet, because the mind is sitting on top of this bubble moving through space. You know how you build a snowman and you got the big old body and then you got the little head? That's what your mind is the little head. But the body is where that's all you need to do to like react. No, I said, where did he come from? Not that he's a manifester. Right. Human design came from the sun. He said he's the voice that everybody talks about, that Ra, for 8 days, this voice was talking to him. It was coming from the sun. The entire system comes from the sun, the nearest star. Right. So this is a solar practice. This is a solar practice. What up, I said original? Human design is a solar practice because it came from the sun. Not Amen-Ra. It came from the sun, period. The sun. Right. He named his first child. He was like, your name is Ra. And get it popping. So, this is a solar practice. How can you get rid of the anxiety? Recognize that you got anxiety first. But how much sun, for those of you who got anxiety, feel out of control, overthink things too much, how much sunlight do you get every day? What up, Team Sag? How you doing, Minneapolis, Minnesota? Pranita's in the building. How much sunlight do you get on a daily? Excuse me, here's a better point. Do you even make it a point to get sunlight? Do you make it a point to get sunlight? Or are you just like trying to deal with it? And where do you normally try to deal with the anxiety at? In the head. Unless you go get the bottle or smoke a blunt or have sex. Most people, they try to or stick your head in the sand and pretend something's not there. You can't pretend something's not there. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with things. That's how you want to get rid of anxiety. Deal with them. Deal with them, and then the anxiety will go away. Anxiety is around because you're not dealing with something. Anytime I get anxiety or get frustrated, I know I'm definitely in my not self, and I'm dealing with my empty houses. Can I talk about that for a second? I don't have mine colored in, but on the bottom, these three are empty on my chart, and everything on the bottom is colored in. If it's colored in, it's defined. If it's not colored in, it's undefined. Okay? Undefined is not bad, and defined ain't necessarily good. Okay? So stop trying to label things bad or good, because that's the mind. That's the trip of the mind too. There's a special intelligence of life that we receive from the sun. The original intelligence is from the sun. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How many of y'all have invited 2 people? Those of you on Instagram, those of you on Facebook, did y'all share the video? Press 2 if you shared the video, and press 2 if you invited 2 people on Instagram. What up, Blue Unicorn? Tonight we're talking about human design, okay? And I guess I'm supposed to be talking about the Mercury Retrograde. While I wait to see how many people press 2 so they can actually share this video with some other folks, I'm going to talk about the Mercury Retrograde. Today, yes, the sun is conjuncting Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of higher education, big knowledge, philosophy, right? The sun is the ego. So we got the philosophy and the ego together. They're expanding one another. They're in Sagittarius. Jupiter's at home in Sag. So Sag and Jupiter are, I will expand everything. This only happens once every 12 years. What's going on right now only happens once every 12 years. I'm going to go take me a nice shower. I'm going to lay down to about 2 o'clock. Then I'm going to get up and fix my candles. And then I'm going to jump on the bus. That's my schedule for the day. That's how I'm going to handle this. Yes. Yeah, this is much larger today for doing any ritual than the full moon. There's way more energy out here right now than the full moon today. It's bananas. The sun conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius. Bruh. Only once every 12 years. Right. How do you share on here? Because mine just lets me share to the inbox. That's it. Just share it to the inbox. That's it. Just share it to the inbox. I have 6 undefined areas and 3 coloreds. So the colored areas are where you should concentrate and come from. Any frustration in your life and anxiety is you trying to fix the areas that are undefined. That's the fastest way I could say it. If it's undefined, it's not broken. It's there so you can accent other people who come to you who are defined. So let's say I have an open head. I don't have to fix that with more knowledge. I come and accent people who have fixed heads. And I help them expand where they at. Because they have boundaries. I don't have any boundaries. Right. Something open doesn't have any boundaries. But that can be dangerous because if I'm around the wrong person, then they could influence they could influence me. Or they could influence that center. Or if I am around someone who has an undefined center, I could influence that center. Right. But I'm not going to stop going around people because I know that I got an open head. And I have to check your chart to see whether you got an open head or not. No. I just understand that I'm not operating out of that. That's not my trip. That's your trip. A lot of y'all are tripping. Human design is the ultimate trip. It's the ultimate trip. You're probably tripping. If you got an anxiety about something, you're tripping. If you're overthinking something, you're tripping. They use that word so much. I thought that like you just had to be from the 80s or something to use the word tripping. But a trip is a journey you put yourself on, but you're going in the wrong direction. And a lot of people with open head centers are doing far too much thinking. And your key word to an open head is, I don't know. So if you can pull up your chart and it's open and it's not colored and it's undefined, your phrase is, I don't know. And I say I don't know when I don't know something. I only can tell you what I do know. I'm not going to get the information. I used to be embarrassed when I didn't know. Now I just say I don't know. Like if you ask me about a progress chart and I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. You ask me about a composite chart and I don't know, I'm going to be like, I don't know. But if you ask me about the sun conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you what I do know. But I'm not going to go on a trip and be worried about. Here's what I learned from human design is most of you human beings are influenced by embarrassment. And you get in your not self. Most of you human beings, hey Shayla, I'm talking about human design tonight, an aura hijack. I don't worry about aura hijacks because you gave the power over yourself. Your aura can only be hijacked if you are trying to live from that space. I'm not going to be there. I'm not there. I'm not in my throat or my third eye or in my head. If you over there trying to influence me, I'm not there. I'm sorry. I ain't there. I'm over here where I got all these other places that I can be at and be comfortable and operate from. I don't have to operate from all of them. Then I find me a person who is operating the right way from those centers that are open, and then I get with them. And I trust them to do what they're doing. Right. I don't know. Now, if you got an open third eye, most time an open head and an open third eye go together, then I don't know and I don't care. Oh boy, that's too much for y'all. That's too much for y'all. Yes, I don't. What you mean you don't care? Just like I said, I don't need to care. If it was, I'm only going to care about things that I feel like energetically lending my energy to. If I'm not lending my energy to it, then I don't care. It's none of my damn business. Y'all can keep it. Go ahead. Straight tripping. Yes. A lot of y'all on here. That's why I did this video, because so many people talking about human design are straight tripping. Tripping. I'm talking about the beginners and some of the experts. They know not. They notice they're out of their mind, and they still in their mind. Tripping hard. So I don't even really want to get too much more into it, other than just questions that y'all may have to ask. That's all I want to talk about. Is if you are, it's not. Don't try to learn the system. You have to practice this. You can't try to get all the knowledge and read all the books. You have to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice, practice, practice. You care too much. But here's the thing. You got to go find them people who taught you how to care so much and hit them with the double deuce, the deuce. Not this deuce, not this deuce, but the separated deuce. This is still two fingers. Okay? Them people who taught you how to care so much, who got you all wrapped up and got you full of anxiety, return to sender. Can y'all type return to sender? Everybody put RTS, return to sender. Return to sender. What up, Carl 3? Carl T3. Salute, brother. Wherever you going, safe passages. I'm going to send this prayer out to you. Yeah, you can practice it. I want to practice that. The thing is, you better practice it. Whether you study human design or not, you better practice caring less and knowing less and responding more and returning to sender more. How fast can you send it back? RTS. The anxiety that you got is from somebody else's trip. Oh, type that then. My anxiety is somebody else's trip that I'm carrying around. Erykah Badu told you, bag lady. Let's bend together. Peace, peace. What it do? Return to sender. If you got anxiety from anywhere, guess what? It's somebody else's trip. And a big part of the practice is observing how your not self behaves, reacts, and responds in situations. When you know, most of you, okay, let's take roll call. I am a generator. Who are you? If you know human design, what are you? Are you a generator? Are you a manifester? Are you a reflector? Or are you a projector? I know y'all been waiting on that all night for me to ask you who you is. I lost my best friend before the Thanksgiving holiday. I'd love some prayers or energy or advice. I'll give you some advice. You didn't lose no friend. You just haven't studied death. That means you're selfish. If a friend dies and you are feeling bad about them leaving, then you don't understand death. You want them to stay here forever and ever and ever. That means that you avoided the conversation of death too long, and then when it happened, you let it sideswipe you. You should already be having conversations about death. I'm not cold-blooded like that, but prayer should go to the friend so that they will be able to move and shake in the next realm themselves. They say Kim Porter died of psychic attack and heartache. Did he? Who is Dave, Vernita? I don't know. I definitely don't mess with the days. It doesn't have anything to do with be nice. This is my design, is to tell the tribe. Everybody in the tribe needs to have information about death. What happens at death. You know what I'm saying? You left the church. You said you were spiritual, but you still have a Jesus Christ mentality around the subject of death. Grow up. I had to grow up, so you think I'm going to just let other people in the tribe continue to be naive around certain subjects? If he's on here, he's my tribe. So I'm giving it to him like it is. If your friend dies or a family member dies, there shouldn't be no mourning, especially no more than 7 days. That's it. After that, get back to living. You don't know that everybody is sensitive. Let's bend together. That's you. You can't say how everybody is about no particular subject. I can't say I'm not the same way other people are about death. I'm not the same way other people are about Donald Trump. I'm not the same way other people are about money or the Me Too movement. I only can speak for me. And if he's asking me, I'm going to tell him from my particular what I know. If I didn't know about it, then I wouldn't be talking about it off the muscle. So that's the subject that I'm very well versed in, is death. So that's why I can talk about it from the standpoint. I'm not being insensitive. Right. So now back to the human design. So now, what is your strategy? So all of you who told me what your design was, what your aura type was, projector, reflector, manifester, or generator, or manifesting generator. Now, what is your strategy? My strategy is to wait to respond, because I'm an emotional generator. Wait to respond. Open mind, open third eye. I don't know. Right, so now what's your strategy? If you know your aura type, then what's your strategy? You should practice your strategy inside of your aura type for 1 week. That is where you should start. Don't worry about even the open and define and nothing. Can you live your life 1 week? Because 70% of us, 7 out of 10 people on here are generators. Wait to respond. Can you go 7 days waiting to respond? Nakima is in her challenge right now. What you, Nakima, 3 days in? Nakima not only got to wait to respond, but then she got hit across the head with the I Ching reading. She can't even be aggressive no more. Right. Instagram, I got 1 minute and 55 seconds with y'all. Can you not respond and just observe? You observe and then respond. Or I don't know is a response. Yes is a response, and no is a response. Those are your 3 responses: yes, no, or I don't know. Right. Practice strategy for 1 week. Nakima talking about, yeah, it's crazy. It's hard. Bitter Haru, what up, Lord? We doing some King talk tonight. This is the human design conversation that we having this evening. Go draw your own chart. This is so much easier than astrology in drawing your own chart. I got triangles and squares. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. 9 centers. Then draw the lines and then put the numbers on it. And then work on just your strategy for 1 week. That's the problem, y'all. Because the faster you start living it, the faster you'll start getting it. Versus trying to read everything and know everything before you get started. Go on and get started now. Miss Manifesting Generator, what is your strategy? What is your strategy? Manifesting Generator? Enjoy 11-11-11. What's your strategy? Miss Chandler, go somewhere and get you a chart. Crystal is in the building. What is the significance of drawing the chart? Because the mind, anything that you write out, the question was, what is the significance of drawing out the chart? When I draw out the chart, I'm letting my mind know that I'm serious. I'm starting to know where my stuff is at. You're going to need this down the road. You want to know where all your gates are. Remember how many times have I been telling y'all about astrology? Memorize your chart. Well, how are you going to memorize your chart if you never draw it out? Drawing it out. Like, how did you learn to write your name? By writing it down a lot. Your name was your identity, right? Good. So then guess what you do? You would do this and you would write out your chart. That's the significance of writing out your chart. If you have children, then after you learn yours, then you'll be able to learn your children's. If your children don't see you writing theirs out, let me say this too. Like, this is for the babies. For me, human design is for black people and the babies. It's just a win-win scenario. It's just a win-win scenario, yo. That's it. You projectors, y'all better stop trying to work like y'all are generators, because y'all ain't. They go get some naps. And that's about all I got for y'all tonight, because I'm getting sleepy. I did 2 of these today, and that's enough. I want to go take me a nap. So, thank you all for coming through. If you want to get a consultation with Coach Khayr, go to Coach K Astrology. Whichever one you pick is going to have some human design in it. I'm not doing human design by itself or astrology by itself. I incorporate human design, astrology, I Ching. I put intuition. I put all of it together, the cards. You get everything that's in my box. All right. Miss Chandler, I just told you. What is the significance? Repeat your question then before I go. Thank you, Miss Hall. I appreciate being appreciated. Thank you so much. But do your homework too. Draw your chart out. Miss Chandler, what was the question that you asked? And yes. My son's a generator and manifesting generator. Miranda's pinky nail. I don't know what that means. That sounds kind of freaky. I'm gonna do my kids' charts too. Yes, that's what I do. I said, don't know. Oh, you don't know what you are. Oh, so just go to Google and type in free human design chart. Free human design chart on Google. Hit enter, and you're gonna have several places to get charts from. I would get a chart from like 4 different places. Because they all free and they're all going to come with an interpretation too. So, how do you start with human design? If you don't have a chart, go to Google and type in free human design chart and get a free chart. But like I said earlier, the first thing before you even start studying is realize that your mind has been the enemy. And your mind, human design is going to break you away from your mind. That's your homegirl Miranda, the pinky girl. Is she cute? I'm just asking. I don't even actually count mine. I just knew. Homework for tonight, draw your chart. Yes. Free human design chart. That's all you got to do. Go to Google. Miss Chandler says she's got it. Well, that means I'm finna be up out of here. Team Taurus is in the building. What up, fam? How y'all doing? Oh, I posted all the pictures from Vegas, too, on the Gandon Temple site, over at the New Tybro site. Sean said he got you, Miss Miranda. He said he gonna take care of you. Joe Dispenza talks about the mind. I don't care who Joe Dispenza is. It's a whole lot of people talks about the mind. I used to talk about the mind, but I ain't gonna keep going back and forth with the mind. Miranda Sean said he was beautiful. Hold on for a second. Miranda's pinky nail. Send me a message, please, so I can go peep you. Go check behind Sean. I believe him now because he only mess with them dime pieces like myself. So I want to say I really appreciate y'all for coming through. The same way I found y'all, I'm going to leave. I found y'all in peace. I'm going to leave y'all in prayer. Oh, it ain't going to be no physical. I'm just going to do my candles. But you're right. I'm going to do some witchy work. I'm ready to go lay down and get me a little nap right now. Righto. I got a new bed, and then I'm going to be gone for like 4 days. Yeah. Thick Miss Piggy, what it do, baby? How you feeling? Thank you, Brittany, down in Huntsville. Deshauna, getting money? Can I borrow $2? I like when my clients come up on the come up and go get paper. Yes. Thank you. Oh yeah, I congratulate you in mid-sentence. What up, Jalissa? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was this for you? 10, coach, this was great. 1, you didn't get no value out of it. Please list. And then also type, what was the biggest thing that you learned from this broadcast this evening? What was the biggest thing you learned from this broadcast? All right? I'm doing fine, Miss Piggy, of course. Anabakoa, Gijala, Kiminka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Taharanu Nara, Nagibor, Deshay Yikadeka, Kababa Shamra, Barkum Tower, Rakame, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamlin, Kasim Kadosh, Bararu, Tufka, Nahela Taker, Yakit Gahel, Chapanez, Okre Katushka Taker, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamo, Bararuk Shem, Kavo Makuto, Alam Vaed. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy. All of y'all got homework. I appreciate the 10s. Thank you. Yes. Google Human Design. Get 4 charts. Thank you very much. Vanita, get me with the 9 on the Wabi and self. I love it. Go back and watch this replay too. I don't know and I don't care should be my phrases. They are your phrases. When you do them, you win. I got work to do, but I'm excited about it. You don't got to understand it all. That's okay. I like 9s. That's good. All right, fam. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.